Hey guys, how's it going? Owners here. Welcome to a new iRacing video, and this time we have Star Mazda. So it's around the Okayama circuit, and it's the first week of the 2014 Season 2 season by iRacing. And so, as I said, Star Mazda, Okayama circuit. I like this car a lot. As you can see there, we are going to start in 5th position, is that right? I think so, 5th position on the grid. No, that's not 5th position, is it? It's way back. I haven't done qualifying. I have done some practice, and it went pretty well. I feel pretty confident with the car. The car has quite a loose rear end, which is great. My driving style really... I really have the driving style that I can correct oversteer and stuff like that, but the lights are green, right?
Green,
now,
green.
There we go, we go off the grid spot. In 11th place we started. So here we go, that first corner coming up. Can I make up a few positions straight away at the start? Have to go around the outside, and there has been a little bit of an incident on the apex of the corner, and had to be pretty careful with that. Now there's the car alongside me, but he won't get me around the outside, will he? There he is, you can see him in the mirrors. No, he's too far back right now, so there we go, gained one position on the start. There was a bit of chaos on the apex there, so I had to avoid that really. Don't wanna, have contact at the start. But now look at this, had a pretty good start out of the exit of this corner, coming onto a very long straight. But right now I cannot do anything. Although I think the cars behind me made a bit of contact, they had to brake because of that. So now we are we gained another 2 positions, and now I'm on the inside of Oli Pakala. And I managed to make that stick, and out on the inside of Jua, and look at that, he's squeezing me on the apex there. Whoa, what happened to him there? Not sure, but we have to slow down there. Contact made, even though iRacing doesn't say contact has been made, but I definitely went off track there. But that was very weird, wasn't it? I was on the inside. Yes, I agree that it's not really an overtaking, space or place, but I was on the inside there alongside him. He had a bit of a moment on the exit of the previous corner, so I went for it on the inside. He just turned in on me because, in my opinion, I was enough alongside him, but still he turned in on me. Didn't leave room for me. I tried to avoid him a little bit by going to the left, but there was just no space at all. And then I think he had a bit of lag, and now he is out of the race. So what a hectic lap, and I managed to jump a few positions at the start, but that has all been lost now. I'm back to last place, even though I think 2 cars are out of the race because of the crash. But that was pretty weird. Not fair racing from him, in my opinion, because I don't see me doing anything wrong there, as I just passed Sergio, and the car up ahead, Oli, went quite wider at the exit of the corner, so we should make this move stick as well. That's 2 places in the move of 1 corner. And look at that now, Jua on top. Thanks, you ruin idiot. Well, the only thing you can do then is laugh, in my opinion, so that's exactly what I did. I just said LOL, because I'm pretty sure I did nothing wrong there. I was alongside him enough, and he just turned in on me. That's really is. That's really it, and look at him now, what LOL asshole. You can only laugh, in my opinion, about people like that. So there are 2 cars off there, look at that, on the left hand side, another 2 positions gained, and pretty unusual stuff here actually, because of Star Mazda. In my experience is that they are very good people driving in these cars, and they really know what they're doing, but usually there's quite a bit of respect as well. As I'm talking right now to a Jua.
1 minute 26.
So I tell him that he's a joke, and that was really what I was thinking at this stage, really, because you can have your own opinion on that, but my opinion is that I was definitely alongside him enough to really overtake him there. Yes, I agree that it's not really an overtaking place, but he had a moment at the exit of the corner before, so why not take it? Obviously we all know the quote from Senna: if you go no longer for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. Well, that's pretty much the case, I think. I mean, once you have the opportunity, you just take it. And now he asked me, you don't have brakes in your car? Well, obviously I do, but the fun thing is as well, I think I was braking as well quite a bit towards the entry of that corner, so I have really no idea what he's talking about right now. But the best thing is to ignore them. Just, you know, just keep concentrated on your own race, as we are in position 6. So can you believe that? Actually, that's pretty weird. I think there were 12 cars starting in this race, and as I said, I had a pretty good start. Managed to jump a few positions until I had that collision with Jua. So that managed to drop me back to a last place because I had to slow down. The game said that I colored the corner, which was indeed true, because I had to go off track in order to avoid him. But even though I tried to avoid him, he still turned into too much on me. He just asked me whether I don't have brakes. Well, what I'm going to say now is you don't have mirrors. That's what I'm going to ask him now, because, well, as I said, I think that was ridiculous. But enough about that. Let's keep concentrated on the race. I forgot to say that the race is 22 laps. Sorry for not mentioning it. And let's talk a little bit about the Star Mazda then, the characteristics. I really love this car, I really do. It's a great car, especially around this track. This track, I think every iRacer remembers this track, because I think your career pretty much starts on this track. At least that's what my career, you know, where my career has started, on this track. Obviously, when you start with road career, you go with the Star Mazda. No, sorry, not the Star Mazda, excuse me, with the Mazda MX-5. And that's it. Look at, I'm concentrating on what he's saying right now. So look at that, I almost spun there. Just have to stop now talking to him. He disconnected anyway, so that's good. I have to focus on my race. But you obviously started with the Mazda MX-5, just continuing on that story. And I think in my case I started on this track. Usually you have every week a new track on iRacing, but I don't think that's the case with the Mazda MX-5, at least not when I was driving it. It was always this track, so good memories of this track. This is where my career really started. iRacing career, obviously, that is. And I like the track actually. It's very cool track. You have different layouts of the track, and the shorter layout is pretty good as well. But I like just the full layout, which we are driving on right now. So a bit more focused on the race. We are behind Munoz Nicolas, car number 4. Now I would like to ask you guys two things. First of all, I'm editing with a new software, Sony Vegas. Please let me know what the quality is like, if you like the quality, stuff like that. Second, would you rather hear me talking about the names of the drivers or the car numbers? So in this case it will be Munoz Nicolas in car number 4. So would you rather hear me saying car number 4 is ahead of me, or would you rather hear Munoz Nicolas is in front of me? Those two questions, I would like to have an answer on them. But currently we are 2 seconds behind Munoz, who is battling a little bit with position 4, that must be. And I have a gap of 2.2 seconds to Riku behind car number 2. So this is going pretty well. I knew before this race that Riku behind me had a pretty good pace. He has, I think he was a very strong driver. I think he has a pro license, if that's right. So you have different licenses, obviously, with iRacing, Class D, Class C, Class B, Class A, and then comes Class Pro. And he is a pro, so he is the highest. At least that's what I think. We will have a look at the end of the results, and then we can see his license. But he's definitely closing down on me. The gap is 1.3 seconds, and the gap to Munoz behind, not behind, in front of us is 1.8. So I managed to gain about a 10th on him previous lap, but I'm doing 125.1 at the moment, and I could definitely go faster than that. To be honest, I just did a race and I won that race by 30 seconds over the car behind me. Yes, I was a little bit like Vettel last year. I did low 24s the whole time, so that's possible for me to do, low 24s. But this race was just after I started driving the Star Mazda, so obviously I was a bit slower at this stage than, you know, the race I just finished. Obviously I haven't recorded that race, because the way I do it is record a race. If the race is good, I will upload it, and if it's not good, then I'll simply delete the file. So here we go then, behind car number 4. It looks like I have the pace on him this lap, at least, because I don't know if it's me being quick this lap or it's him being slow this lap, but The Star Mazda, as I said, the car on the rear is so loose. You have so much oversteer on entry, usually on entry of the corners. Now you can also obviously look at him in front. By the way, that's what I mean. The rear end is so loose, as I'm just half a second behind him right now, doing a 24.6 last lap, and this car is so loose on the rear. Now obviously you can set up the car a little bit different to make it better and stuff like that, but to be honest, I like low rear wing, and that's exactly what I did. It gives you a good amount of top speed, and I don't know, I just prefer oversteer rather than understeer. But right now I'm pretty close to car number 4 in front. I'm slipstreaming in down the straight, and it should be an easy pass down the inside for the next corner. Hopefully I can brake late and make the move stick then. So here we go, braking just before the 50-meter board, and whoa, look at that, he's trying to go around my outside. Good job from him. Good stuff from him. He's still alongside me, so here we go, leaving him plenty of room there on the inside. I wish that that guy saw that, who crashed himself out early in the race in the first lap. I think it was Jua. Well, it was pretty much the same case there. Car number 4 was on the inside there, and I left him room, and that's how you should do it, not like Jua and just turn into the car, because he didn't take responsibility for that, definitely not, but you should really. So meanwhile, I have battled a little bit with him, and that means that Riku behind us managed to catch up slightly to us. So this should be a pretty good battle for 4th place at the moment, and you can see the podium spots as well up front, but I don't know what our pace is actually, to be honest, compared to the person who is right now in 3rd position. But it looks like Munoz is losing a little bit of pace compared to, whoa, look at that, compared to the car in front of him, car number 4, or position 4, sorry. And here we go, having a little bit of a look on the inside there, trying to make him nervous more or less, and then hopefully having a good exit out of this final corner. That is really crucial on this track. That corner is so important because you want to have a good exit, which leads onto this huge straight, slipstreaming in once again. And now I'm gonna have to try to do the same move, but this time brake later. So I brake later this time, so he doesn't get alongside me this time, or around the outside this time, and that I made that move stick. So I learned from there's a bit of lag involved up front. I basically learned from what I did before in the previous lap. He managed to brake later than me and stick it, make it stick and route my outside. This time I braked later, so there was no, space for him, or no chance for him. That's it, to go around my outside. So right now Munoz behind, and he is under pressure from Riku, and we are behind this car in front. Look at that, he has a huge moment, so I can try to go and pass him straight away, because he has made another mistake coming onto this straight. So I'm trying to move in his slipstream, in his draft, and he has the inside line there, so I'm gonna have to try to go around the outside. Here we go, the first corner, can I make it stick? Around the outside here, try to leave him room on the inside there, and here we go, around the outside, next corner. I'm on the inside for the next corner, so I should be able to make the stick. Yes, I can indeed. Made that move stick, and there we go, managed to move up to 4th position right now. And I think the hunt is on for 3rd position, because you can see him there up front, and now we can see and compare our pace to the car in front. It's a really big shame that I had that incident with Jua in the first lap, because otherwise I maybe would have ended up, in front there. And you can see that position 2 is quite close to position 3 as well, so we might have been able to battle for the podium positions. That would be good, but obviously it didn't go that way. As the cars behind, look at that in the mirrors, they are battling a little bit, which is good for me. That probably gives me a little bit of space and time to pull away from them, as I have a huge oversteer moment there. I have to be careful with that, but I'm trying to push right now, trying to create a gap, as I think the car in front has made a tiny mistake, because he looked visually closer than he was before, but that might be me, not sure. Obviously I am now the leader of this group, so I have clear vision in front, so I'm more focused on what's going on in front of me rather than looking at the back of the car in front of me. So I think you guys will know what I mean. So here we go then, let's see and have a look what the gap is to the car in front of us. I do a 125.4, which is not great, but hopefully we can improve. Obviously I had a little bit of a battle with Jasper behind us during that lap, so that lost us a little bit of time. So Mike Matheson up in front, he is 4 seconds in front of us, well 3.8 to be precise. Let's see if we can close him down now. As we skip right now to lap 12, the beginning of lap 12, so I skipped a few laps, and currently I'm doing high 24s, which was pretty good for me. this was my first race, no, not my first race, my second race in the Star Mazda. So just after I, you know, really had a feel for the car, so I was pretty happy with it at this stage. But obviously, right now, which is 2 days later, I'm doing low 24s or sometimes even high 23. So there we go. Bit of a better pace from me right now, but obviously this video was recorded when I just had my first feel with the car. Currently 2.1 seconds behind Mike in front and 2.1 seconds to Riku. I can tell you that Riku has been battling a little bit with the Munoz and Jesper behind us, but he managed to get past them now. So he might be a threat for this race actually, because I knew that he was pretty quick, but at the same time I wasn't really focused on him but on Mike in front, and whoa, whoa, that was pretty close. I've got to admit, got too much on the curb. Had a lot of oversteer, and I must say that I'm pretty lucky there. I'm pretty lucky there that I managed to keep the car under control, not end up in the barriers, but definitely quick reaction times there needed in order to keep the car on the track. So here we go. Then the gap before was 2.1 to Mike. Let's see what the gap now is. The gap is right now 2 seconds. So managed to gain a tenth, even with that mistake. So, you know, I'm doing a 28.4. My best of the race is a 24.6. And I definitely feel like there's more here. There's more to gain. So I said to myself, well, let's try to push. Take a bit of a risk, really. Take a few risks, and then we will see where we end up. Try to overtake Mike. But obviously a mistake is easily made, as we have seen previous lap where I almost lost it. It's a pretty tricky curb really on the outside there, because once you go over the curb just slightly, you go slightly on the grass as well, and you can easily lose it then. Touching the curb is not bad, but going too far over that curb is really bad, and once again so much oversteer there, and I'll tell you soon why that is, because right now we are, look at that, again just about over the curb, and I've got to be careful now because I'm being too aggressive right now. So I said to myself, well, calm down a little bit, because this is getting too much. I would rather finish in 4th place than make a mistake and, you know, finish in 6th place. But currently Riku behind is pushing as well, and he is managing right now to close us down as well. So we can have a pretty good fight here for the 3rd spot, because I'm quicker than Mike, and with just 9 laps to go, I can see here that a battle for a 3rd position is pretty much, you know, possible. And the gap is 1.6 seconds, and the gap previously wasn't 2 seconds. There was an iRacing glitch, I think. It was 1.8 seconds, and now it is 1.6. So I gained another 2 tenths, doing a 124.7, which is pretty decent for me. 1.5 is the gap to Riku behind. And let's see what we can do then to Mike. But the reason why I had oversteer previous lap on that left-hander is because in this car you need your throttle to control the car really. Try to keep it stable with your throttle, because once you go off the throttle, the car has an what's it called? The car really likes to spin on you. So you can see, watch my throttle usage through the corners. In the middle of the corner usually I give about 10 to 20% throttle. That's because I want to keep the car stable, and that's really the way you can keep this car stable, because it has so much oversteer the whole time. Look at this again, you are constantly correcting the car, as I think Mike up ahead made a tiny mistake coming into that corner. So look at this, I'm pretty much, you know, pretty close behind him, I would say. Visually it looks pretty close. So right now as well we can start gaining on him by using the slipstream a little bit as well, because slipstream is quite effective in these cars as well. So here we go, then the gap was 1.6 before, as we enter lap 15, and it is right now 1.1 seconds as I do a 124.3, so my personal fastest lap as well. The gap to Riku behind is maintaining, so if I can keep this pace up, it's looking really good as I go off track there, which is a shame, just getting too excited right now. Also, I had a bit of a speed advantage because of the slipstream. Didn't expect that, to be honest. A bit of oversteer on the entry here, but I managed to get on the power pretty quickly. So here we go then on the straight, and trying to pick up the slipstream, which I do nicely here. So is it enough to pass him straight away? At the end of this straight, here we go, looking on the inside here. Can I brake late? I managed to make the move stick. I brake late, He is still around my outside, so I'm gonna have to leave him room. You can see him in the mirror there, but he backed out of it. He's still trying to look on the inside there. No, I closed the door there. He was too far back to overtake me there, so I closed the door. And then this position 3, but look at this, too much over the curb and lost it straight away into the barriers. And that's a shame. That's a big shame. Lost control over the car on those curbs. I have said it before, those curbs are really dangerous. And I basically what's the right word for this? I basically got trapped in my own trap. is that it? I'm not sure. I'll explain it. The whole race I went over those curbs and took a lot of risk over those curbs and almost lost it a few times as we have seen before. So I could have seen it coming, and I should have said to myself, don't touch those curbs so much. Yet I did it, and that's what makes me not sad but pretty annoyed, that I don't learn sometimes from mistakes, and learning is pretty important. Anyway, we fell back to position 6 behind Jasper right now, but definitely the podium spot is gone right now. So what I was trying to do right now is try to overtake Jasper. That is really my only goal for this race. Try to finish in that 5th position if it's possible. Car number 4 is 4.8 seconds behind me, so we have a pretty big margin over him. So the only thing which we can really do in this race is look ahead and focus on Jasper. Try to get that place, and let's see if I learn from my mistake, and let's see how I right now go over these curbs. I do touch them, but definitely not as much as I did before, because really you don't want to go over those curbs completely. Once you approach it with a wrong angle, you will spin out, and that's exactly what happened previous lap, and I could have seen it coming, but yet I was taking too much risk there. So hopefully I will learn from that for the future and don't go over those curbs. But right now let's focus on the battle we have right now with Jasper, because I'm pretty close to him, picking up the slipstream, but I think I have damage to my front wing, and I don't know if it's affecting my top speed. I think it is, to be honest, because we weren't really gaining there on the straight on Jasper in front. So can I make a good recovery and try to finish 5th? But yeah, this red, at this stage you obviously think about that mistake, and you just think, if I didn't make that mistake I would have been 3rd. But it's the way it is, and you've got to put it out of your head as soon as you can and focus on the race. But look at this, I'm in the slipstream of Jasper, but not really gaining. So I do think that with the damage I have less top speed, and that's gonna be hard then to overtake him, because how am I going to overtake this car if I have no top speed, as he's lacking a little bit. I do have top speed obviously, but not as much as he does, and not as much as I had before, as I once again go quite a bit over those curbs, taking risks once again. But I definitely don't want to lose it again, obviously. It costs safety rating, it costs iRating, so it's not good. 6 laps to go and in 6th position. Can I make this move stick on Jasper, as he's lagging quite a bit right now? This is not what I need. He's lagging all over the shot, but look at this, I'm pretty close to him in the slipstream now, but look at this, I just cannot really reel him in or pull him in, because I don't have the top speed. So how am I going to pass him? Maybe wait for a mistake. I think that's the best choice here. Wait for a mistake from him with just 5 laps to go, and I really have to pray then that he's going to make a mistake, as the gap to car number 4 behind us is increasing. So indeed that shows that we only can focus on what's going on right now, the battle between me and car number 9, Jasper. I keep saying Jasper because that's the way how you would say it in Dutch language, but it's Jasper, I guess. So here we go then, pretty close to him now. I'm pretty close. The slipstream is quite effective, and I knew that it was my chance. So I'm going to try it around the outside, try to do the undercut here. I'm on the outside for the next corner. He squeezes me a little bit there, but just about enough room left for me there. So good driving from him, he knows what he's doing. And tried to get early on the power here. Didn't really manage it, but I'm pretty close to him now. So can I make a move into the next corner? Not really, although I brake pretty late. He's braking pretty early for that corner, so that might be my only chance really. Maybe try to dive bomb him, even though, well, not really dive bomb, but if I have a chance there and he leaves the door open there, I might take it, you know, obviously with caution and don't make contact. But that does seem like a weak spot, so it's obviously important as well as a driver. Try to find the weak spots of the cars you're racing against, as I do a 125.8, so that's indeed not good. Obviously I'm battling with Jasper, but still, that's not a good lap. That's not something to be proud of, because I know that I can do low 24s at this time, so at this stage. But obviously with the damage, it's not possible. It does give me downforce. That's not the problem, but it's just the top speed really. I think it affects the aerodynamic. I have a bit of damage to the front wing, which is affecting the aerodynamic performance. But here we go once again on the straight, trying to close down on Jasper, but no, too far back once again. Although I have a look on the inside there, try to make him nervous, but no, doesn't work. He keeps his line. With 4 laps to go now, time is running out. We're gonna have to do something pretty soon, as I have quite a few moments there. But look at that, Jasper has had a moment there. There you go, Swear you are there, so this might be my chance now. I know this was his weak spot, so I'm going on the inside here, still with caution, as he was lacking a little bit. I'm on the outside for the next corner, so let's see. I'm going to try to do the undercut, and it's working. Oh, bit of contact with him though, bit of contact, but I do manage to take him, so that's interesting. But look on the top of the screen, car contact, it says null times, so I don't think that was my fault, to be honest. At least iRacing doesn't blame me for that. So I'll take the place there. It might have been a little bit dirty. If it was, I apologize, but I just had the undercut on him, as it seems like Jasper, what the hell, he disappeared. I think Jasper disappeared behind me. He must have made a mistake then in the final corner, I think, and lost the car. So 5th position. Let's see if I can take this home right now with just 3 laps to go. And obviously right now I cannot make another mistake just like I did before, because then again I'll be down to a 6th position. So let's see if I can make this stick with just 3 laps to go. And well, try to do the undercut there on Jasper. It did work, but to be honest, I thought Jasper would go a bit more to the outside of that corner, just take the normal racing line. I don't know if he had room still on the left hand side, on the outside of that on the exit, but he was a bit in the middle of the track, I think, so that's why I touched him. It was ever so slight touch, obviously. I don't think either of our cars was heavily damaged. It might have been, but not sure. Also, he was lagging quite a bit, so there probably was quite a bit of lag involved. You never know. Anyway, I'll take it. So here we go, 5th position with just 2 laps to go. So Mike is right now in front, so that means that Ritu has managed to pass Mike in front. And we do a 125.2. Yep, 125.2. So low 25s, not happy with that, but yeah, keeping in mind with these circumstances, you know, the front wing damage, I think I'm still pretty happy with that, to be honest. It's just driving the car home now, bring the car home and just finish the race in this position, because I have a 6 second gap to the car in front, and a 6 seconds gap as well to the car behind. So there we go. So that's I'll take you a little bit through a lap here. So we brake for this corner, this right-hander, which is a hairpin. Look at my throttle inputs once again. It's just every time, usually in the middle of the corner, you apply a little bit of throttle to keep the car stable, and at the same time use a lot of steel. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost made the same mistake once again, and that made me pretty angry at myself, to be honest. But finishing my sentence, using the throttle, keep the car stable, and then use tiny or little but quick steering inputs. So fast steering inputs, not big steering inputs, so not from all the way to the left to the right, but just tiny adjustments to the car once you apply a little bit of throttle to keep the car stable. That's really the way you've got to drive in this car, and that's really what, you know, works for me. But coming back onto that mistake which I made, once again going too much over those curves, it doesn't look like I've learned from it, does it? And as I said, it makes me angry. Things like that really make me angry when I don't learn from something. And once again, look at that, just losing the rear end on the entry of that corner. I don't know if I applied throttle there, because if I didn't, that might have been the cause of the almost spin, half spin. But luckily managed to correct that. Look at that. Once again, once that happens, you just get insecure about yourself. Really, you just don't know whether you're still doing the right thing. But that's not really what you do, what you want to think. Because once you think that, it will go wrong, as you saw there, because I almost lost it again in the hairpin. So once you make a mistake, just try to remove it from your head. Just focus on the race, and that's really my advice. So white flag is out, 1 more lap to go. This is it. Final corner. It's the leader, already crossed the line. I think he had a pretty dominant victory, but here we go, going across the line to take home the 5th position then. What could have been a 3rd position, but wasn't. And that is, I can blame myself for that. That was completely my own fault. Had a bit of an incident as well with Jua in the first lap. That's it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Next video will be incredibly good with the Star Mazda. I have an incredibly good battle coming on, and you should definitely watch that, because that battle is unforgettable if you ask me. That's the best battle ever in my iRacing career. As you can see there as well, my front wing damage. So that explains the aerodynamic disadvantage with which I had. So right now, look at this. Here we go then. Replay. Too much on the curb, and I don't know how I kept that on the track, but I was lucky once again that I didn't lose it there. So here we go, having a look again at what happened before when I made that mistake. So we will have a look at a replay here. That is Mike in front. Remember the battle which I had for a 3rd position, where I lost it. I went wide there, which was an off track, my 2nd off track of the race. Obviously I had that 1st off track with Jua in the 1st lap. 2nd off track, just trying to push, and then had a beautiful exit actually out of that corner. Better than Mike did, definitely, and then the slipstream, you know, kicks in and it gives you an extra boost. So going alongside him on the inside for the next corner, braking late and just making the move stick there. Mike leaving plenty of room there. We leave each other plenty of room, I should say. And that's the move done. But now we come on to the next corner, and here you can see that I went too much over the curb and just spun around. So here we go. There we go. I just approached the curb with the wrong angle, and then you're out, you know. Front wing damage, and that's it. So having a look at the 1st lap and the incident with Jua, I am car number 5, and as I said before in this video, I managed to jump a few places. There was a little bit of chaos on the apex of the corner, not too much though, but I was pretty scared that someone would hit me. That's why I slammed on the brakes. On the inside of car number 4, I managed to make the move stick beautifully, and then trying to attack the car in front of me, which is car 11. And here we go. This was quite good actually. I was early on the throttle, and there was indeed some contact with those cars. Look at that, they were wheel banging, and that car just flew into the barrier. So that's where I gained another 2 positions. And then approaching the next corner, there we go, car number 5. That's me. Yes, we have a big crash in the background. Gained another position there. And then here is Jua. So watch this. That is a whole different story compared to the battles which I had with other people at that place. Because with other people there was plenty of room given there, a lot of respect as drivers towards each other. But I don't know what he was doing. Look at this. I'm already on the left hand side. I'm going to the left hand side because here he just turns in on me. There's not more I can do. He just takes the racing line while I'm alongside him. My front wheel is alongside his rear wheel. My front wing is actually very close to his side pod, so I don't know. I think he should have left a bit of room there. Then I had a penalty by iRacing, and that's it. So here we have the results. As you can see there, I finished in 5th position. Masatoshi, probably pronounced that wrong. Finished in first position, sorry, with a 7-second gap to Riku. So if I didn't make that mistake, and if I didn't have the contact with Jua, it might have been possible that I finished in 2nd. But that's all out of hindsight. You know, it's easy to say that right now. The race has ended, and it went the way it went. So 5th position for me, 22 seconds behind the leader, which is quite big, even with that mistake and incident with Jua. But as you can see there, I'm Class B. I promoted from Class C to Class B, focusing right now on getting a Class A license. Managed to gain 0.06 on my license, so that's good. And as you can see as well there, this is the thing which actually surprised me quite a bit. We have Riku and Ollie. They were two Pro-WC drivers, but Riku lost 0.58 on his license doing that race, so that's a lot. I don't know what he was doing, but he lost quite a bit there, that's for sure. Riku fastest lap was 124.2, which was the fast lap of the race. My fast lap was a 124.3, so only a 10th off there, which is not bad. And I think that's pretty much it. Jesper, he disconnected during the race, so he must have crashed or something like that. So not a lot of cars finishing the race, only 8 cars. That's not a lot out of the 12 cars who started the race. So there we go. Strength of field was 2652, which isn't bad, and it's not high either. It's not low, it's not high either. But that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Next up is a pretty damn good race. Great battle in that race. As I said, it was my best battle ever in iRacing, so definitely looking forward to that. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate a like, and other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.